Hi, everyone, and welcome to StudioJake. I, of course, am your host, Jacob Airy. Thank you so much for joining me today on my vidcast, where I talk about all things pop culture, from film to television to celebrity news to anime and so much more. I would really appreciate it today if you would like this video, share it out, leave me a comment, and also if you would gently tap or smash, whatever you prefer, that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions. I'm way over 750, and I would really appreciate your help to getting me across that finish line. It would mean a great deal to me. Thank you so much to all of you who participate. You really help out small indie creators like myself. Okay, diving right into the topic. So, Transformers 1 has been delayed. What am I talking about? So, as you know, Transformers Rise of the Beast, that's the sequel to Bumblebee, or spiritual successor, whatever they're calling it, in which the Transformers are going to not just feature the Autobots and Decepticons, but also the Maximals, the Predacons, and the Terrorcons, which are just a subgroup of Decepticons. They're not their own thing, but that's neither here nor there. And it actually looks really good. The cast looks good. My one complaint about it is I think they should have gotten Gary Chalk back to voice Optimus Primal. He, of course, famously voiced Optimus Primal in the Beast Wars, Beast Machines, as well as he voiced Optimus Prime in the Unicron trilogy, which were kind of very, I'm not going to say kind of, they were very subpar Transformer shows. So, anyway, the Ron Perlman is now voicing Optimus Primal, which Ron Perlman, he's a good actor. He's really good at playing those gruff roles, but man, he is a jerk in real life. Oh my gosh. Anyway, neither here nor there. But I wanted to talk about this because Transformers 1 is something separate. So Hasbro, E1 Entertainment, and Paramount Animation, they are working together to form sort of an animated Transformers world. This one will not have humans. And originally, the first in this series, it was going to be called Transformers 1. It was going to be like a prequel, sort of, where it was going to give the origins of the fallout between Optimus Prime and Megatron. So, this is according to an article that I myself wrote for Clownfish TV. The upcoming animated origin film Transformers 1 has been delayed from its release date of July 19th, 2024 to September 13th, 2024. The film will be directed by Josh Cooley, Toy Story 4, Riley's First Date. Josh Cooley is also a writer. He's written several films for Pixar and other animation studios. And it will not slow down the Bumblebee sequel, Transformers Rise of the Beast. So, Deadline reports, while a sole competitor on its new dates is an untitled film from Uni Blumhouse, the project hits shortly there the project hits theaters shortly after the September 6th debut of Warner Brothers Beetlejuice 2, Disney's Blade, and another unknown Disney pick. It had previously been set to contend with Universal's Twisters. I don't know why they're doing another Twisters. Transformers 1 is being made by Paramount Animation, Hasbro, and E1. It tells the story of how Optimus Prime, voiced by Thor actor Chris Hemsworth, and Megatron, voiced by Eternals actor Brian Tyree Henry, go from being allies to enemies in the war for Cybertron. Transformers Last Night director Michael Bay will be a producer, while Steven Spielberg will act as an executive producer. Black Widow actress Scarlett Johansson is on board to voice Elita 1. The rest of the cast includes Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee, John Hamm as Sentinel Prime, and Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion. Okay, so I'm not crazy about the voice actors chosen for Optimus Prime and Megatron. The rest of the cast is fine. I'm willing to give all the others a chance. Of course, Lawrence Fishburne is a brilliant actor. He would do good in any role that they put him in. Chris Hemsworth is a very talented actor, so this isn't a statement about his acting skill, but I do feel that he is not right for the role of Optimus Prime. As long as Peter Cullen or Neil Kaplan are still active, I don't see why the two of them can't voice Optimus Prime. I don't get it. It makes no sense. I know that they're trying to maybe differentiate it between the new series that's coming out, the new film series. So they're getting these amazing actors in general, but also amazing voice actors. My issue is we kind of saw this happen with the original Transformers, right? So when when Transformers the movie came out, they got celebrities to voice all the new Autobots, right? Judd Nelson, who at the time was a pretty big name actor, he voiced Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime. You had Leonard Nimoy voicing Galvatron, and then Unicron, of course, was voiced by the great Orson Welles. It was his final film role. Hard to believe, huh? Well, in the in the grand scheme of things, when it transitioned back into being a TV series for its third season, they had to replace all those actors. And so, and by the way, nothing against the TV actors, but it just sounded different. And especially bringing back Frank Welker to voice Megatron, but instead of him doing his old Megatron voice, they made it where Galvatron had gone a little nuts from being tossed into deep space. So they had him do like this really high pitched, almost Cobra sounding voice, which of course Frank Welker didn't voice Cobra Commander. I'm just saying it was more in the vein of something like this, very maniacal, as opposed to Megatron's more thoughtful, yes, kind of sound. So all that to say, I don't get why they don't just get Frank Welker or David Kaye back. Both of those actors were incredibly talented in how they did Megatron. And again, it's nothing against Brian Tyree Henry or Chris Hemsworth. Both of them are talented actors, although Henry was in The Eternals, which none of the cast showed any talent there, with maybe the exception of Angelina Jolie. But I think that was a director problem, not the actor problem. Anyway, neither here nor there. But that's kind of a problem when they get these celebrity actors on board with these kind of stories where, because then what if the actors get in, what if they decide to do a sequel? They do Transformers 2, right? This one's called Transformers 1. What if they decide to do Transformers 2? Well, what if Chris Hemsworth, he's making another Marvel movie, or whatever the case may be, or Brian Tyree Henry, they say there's an Eternals sequel, and certainly Eternals, if you made it through that slosh, the post-credit scene definitely teased a second one. So what if they get caught up in sort of scheduling like that? They're going to bring in totally different actors. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, I will say, if Neil Kaplan or Peter Cullen aren't available for Optimus Prime, they should get James Earl Jones to do Optimus Prime. He did Mufasa. He's done Darth Vader, obviously, a plethora of other roles. I mean, if you look at James Earl Jones' acting career, he is a phenomenal actor. But I think he would make a good Optimus Prime. Heck, think he'd make a good Megatron. I would love to see them do something like that. Bring these guys back. It's a shame that Kevin Conroy is no longer with us, because I would have loved to have seen a Transformers film where Kevin Conroy was Optimus Prime and Mark Hamill was Megatron. And I know you're thinking, wouldn't Mark Hamill be a better Starscream? No, after watching the Avatar: The Last Airbender, Mark Hamill voicing the Fire Lord, I definitely think he could do Megatron. Now, it seems like this is going to like I said, the rest of the cast. A lot of these Transformers have gone through different names, different iterations. Really, Optimus Prime, Megatron are the two constants of the series. Even Hot Rod, who's supposed to be Optimus Prime's successor when he becomes Rodimus Prime, he even has gone through numerous changes. But Optimus Prime and Megatron have always been the constants. Until I guess Megatron turns into Galvatron, though in some shows and comic books, Galvatron is a totally different character. I do wish that they would have taken great care. Now, I'm not saying the movie's going to be bad. For all I know, this movie's going to be fantastic. They're going to knock it out of the park. Although if Transformers Earthspark, which I did a previous video on, you can go back and watch that. If Transformers Earthspark is any indication, it's definitely a sign that Paramount, gee whiz, is going downhill fast. Of course, we've seen how Paramount has totally squandered the Star Trek franchise. I don't even watch Star Trek anymore. In the war between Star Wars and Star Trek, I'm always like, can't we all just get along? We all love sci-fi. We all think it's cool. Why do we have to fight? And I'm not, and with Star Trek, it's too far gone. Whenever they did the thing where the Borg were just lonely, and that's why they're conquering the universe, I threw up a little bit in my mouth. I'm not going to lie. That's when, prior to that, and then turning Picard into an android, and also not knowing anything about Vulcans in Star Trek Discovery as well as Strange New Worlds. It's like the new writers don't know anything about the lore of Star Trek, that that Paramount is really dropping the ball with Star Trek, and I refuse to watch it until Alex Kurtzman is dead. Star Wars isn't too far gone yet. I still have I'm holding out a little bit of hope. After all, Kathleen Kennedy, she's in her 70s, so even if Disney doesn't fire her, she's going to want to retire soon. She's probably got kids and grandkids that she has to worry about. Maybe not. I could be wrong about that. I don't know anything about her personal life. So I'm still holding hope out for Star Wars, but Star Trek is too far gone. I'm not watching. I know people have said Strange New Worlds season 1 and 2 are really good. Picard season 4 or whatever they're on, it was really good. Don't care. Not watching it until Kurtzman is gone. I don't care. And that's just me. I'm not calling for a boycott. If you want to enjoy it, please do. Go for it. It's just me personally. I'm not wasting my time. So, like I said, I'm still holding out with Star Wars, with Transformers, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm going to give the new DCU a chance. Definitely, though, my excitement for these projects has just definitely gone down over the years. And I hate to say it's going to be the same with Transformers. Now, like I said, with Transformers 1, I'm going to give it a shot like I am Rise of the Beast. I'm going to go to it with an open mind. For all I know, Chris Hemsworth is going to knock Optimus Prime out of the park. For all I know, Brian Tyree Henry, he is going to knock it out of the park. I really hope they do. I wish them the best, especially being a Transformers fan myself. Growing up, Batman, Spider-Man, Transformers, and Sonic the Hedgehog were the first 4 major topics that got me into pop culture. So, and then of course Star Trek and Star Wars came later, Firefly and everything in between, as you can see. Gundam, I always call it my gateway drug into anime. Freaking love Gundam shows. So anyway, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts. Are you going to see Transformers 1 in theaters when it comes out next year? Are you going to see Rise of the Beast? Tell me what you think about that. For me, I'm going to reserve judgment until I at least see the trailers for these films and see where it goes from there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment and tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to StudioJake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time, right here on Studio Jake.